And that's it. So, a little less than 2 hours on the clock. But that's it for Microsoft show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got to see a next-gen game.
Yeah.
We got to see a Project Scarlet game.
And it was a big one. It
Yeah.
was a massive game.
So, Halo Infinite. Let's talk about. Let's just jump right in and talk about Halo Infinite.
Mhm.
This is Maverick, by the way, everyone. Office cat,
Person of Lincoln.
spokesperson, mascot. So Halo Infinite. It looks to me like they're going back to what made Halo like special. Like
Mhm.
they're going back to that kind of one man or one chief against insurmountable odds.
Yeah.
They're like the Halo 5, Halo 4 had a bit of like you were part of a team.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like it was the story was bigger than you.
Mhm.
And Halo Infinite, like this is like it's not a gameplay trailer or anything like that they showed, but it's very much. It looks like it's going to be a return to Halo
Mhm.
as we knew it on the original Xbox.
Yeah. Mhm.
Which is really exciting. They said that was running in engine on a Xbox Scarlet,
Mhm.
Project Scarlet, officially what we can call it now.
Mhm.
We should actually turn this off.
Mhm.
So, actually, Kurt, what do you want on the TV while we do this?
You can just start it over, I guess.
Yeah. So while I'm pulling this up, Jacob, what do you? What are your thoughts on
On Halo, on everything, but I mean, they did such a fantastic job with.
I'll cycle through some trailers here.
Well, they did a fantastic job of showing everything. They prepared the tail end of the Xbox One with some terrific games.
Mhm.
Gears being one of the main ones. They added content to some of their other titles that they have. Forza 4 with the the silly Lego.
The Lego expansion.
Yeah, and they really showed what to expect for Project Scarlet. You know, Halo again. You can't get any bigger than that for a launch game. If you're Microsoft, and yeah, it was a great show. They showed exactly what I think most of us wanted to see.
Nothing from Rare.
Nothing from Rare, no.
Rare was very quiet. I guess Battletoads is a Rare IP, but I don't
Yeah.
think they're developing it.
Mhm.
Nothing from Rare.
Mhm.
I don't think they needed it. I mean, like a couple of hours ago, maybe I would have said, "Yeah, we needed to see Banjo, we needed to see
Mhm.
Conquer." I don't think it was
No.
that important. But no, like, yeah, like I agree. Like a very solid first party lineup. I mean, they
Mhm.
own every studio under the sun now,
Yeah.
so Double Fine now, right?
Yeah,
So,
and yeah, I was gonna say that I always loved the Psychonauts studio, and to see them partnering up with Xbox and the Microsoft brand makes it so much cooler now that Psychonauts 2 technically has a home.
Mhm.
It's it's under security because last year whenever we saw it, we both spoke about it. We were just like, is this gonna be a game that we're gonna wait a really really long time for? We might still have to wait.
yeah,
but
there's no release date.
But I mean, at this time now, at least we have that security that Microsoft is going to help them
Yeah.
out. The game's gonna come eventually, but I mean, at least there's that security behind it. And those smaller projects too really caught my eye. Ori being one of them, but I'm really glad they didn't show the trailer from last year because I don't think we have a clean Xbox around here, and I didn't really need to cry again. And there was the deer game also, Away to the Woods. Away to the Woods was also very interesting. And those smaller projects, it's not always about like having those big blockbuster titles. It would be great, if there's Gears 5, Halo, and bang 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 every big game. But those smaller games also tie it really well, and it's a fine balance.
Yeah. Kurt, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I mean, it's my first time watching an E3.
Oh.
No offense. But yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I think one of the things, and I guess it's probably what they do every year, but it's kind of hard when you see all these awesome games and it's like, oh man, that's like a year and a half away. It's like,
2020 is going to be great for the Xbox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
The Age of Empires, I think I said, I don't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I said I'd love to see a new Age of Empires game. It's not a new one, but I mean, Age of Empires 2 is like...
It's up there. it's a big fan. Like, I mean, it's a big gift for fans.
campaign in it, right? So,
Mhm.
that'll be cool.
So I was writing stuff down.
Mhm.
Maybe you guys noticed during the presentation, and mostly for notes. One thing I noticed, and apart from some smaller games, not a whole lot we didn't know about.
Mhm.
I mean, it is really unfortunate, and this is why leaks suck and leaks are awful. That both Tales of Arise and the FromSoft game, Eden Ring
Mhm.
or Elden Ring, leaked.
Mhm.
Because I think those would have been big announcements.
Yeah.
They were some of the only brand new games at this conference.
Mhm.
Opened with The Outer Worlds, which looks amazing. I'm very,
Yeah.
very excited for The Outer
Mhm.
Worlds. But it's not new. Halo Infinite is, I mean, it's for how amazing and incredible it looks,
Mhm.
also not new.
Yeah.
Actually, and this is a little bit of, I was hoping to pause it, but
Mhm.
anyway, there's the Master Chief putting in the thing. It says the AI is not detected, so Cortana is not going to be a part of it, at least from the beginning, it seems. But not a whole lot of new games, and
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense because this is what's left of 2019 and what's first half 2020
Mhm.
is the last year of the Xbox One being Microsoft's premier flagship console.
Yeah, well, I mean, like last year, that seemed what the focus was on, right? 2019, all the new announcements. That's where we got news on Gears, we got news on Halo, we got news on everything. This year was reassuring those experiences are coming,
Yep.
and again, setting up Project Scarlet in a way where you'll have something to play right until holiday 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
that was a big thing.
This might be one of the best last years a console could ask for.
Oh yeah, like
Wow.
how hard is it going to be? There's a lot of gamers that do this, myself included. A new console comes out, you have a lull in we'll say the last iteration,
Yeah.
and you trade in that console to get the new one. No, I don't want to do that. I want to get an Xbox One. I have a PC, but I want to get an Xbox One, being able to play all the amazing games that are coming out, and I also want to get Scarlet. It would be very. I think it's not gonna be a difficult transition, but I think to having so much content up right before that new console comes out, I think it's great because you have so much to play
Right.
and so much to experience before what is next is coming,
Right.
which is great.
And I was actually really excited about the xCloud announcement
Mhm.
saying that every Xbox One is now a personal xCloud
Mhm.
server.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a spinning wheel on here. I thought this would load,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I mean, it's going to be very heavily internet
Yeah.
required, but and the second is your servers get a little blip, then people are going to be upset.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean that's how it is, right? I mean, it's as soon as there's one little mistake or one little mix-up. I mean,
Yeah.
our stream.
well, that's a big concern with Stadia.
Yeah.
Is all right. I buy into Stadia. What happens if Google's servers go down?
Yeah.
I can't access the content I've paid for access to.
Yeah.
And that's concerning. A lot of people are worried about that.
Mhm.
And I mean, the next gen is clearly going to be the streaming generation.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
And Microsoft and Google are probably the best two positioned companies to go in that route. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other big announcement: Cyberpunk 2077,
Mm-hmm.
April 16th.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. We have a release date. It is in 10 months.
See, we were talking about it last night, and there's
The rumor was right. The rumor did say 2020.
yeah, but it just seems like everything leaks and it's just awful. But at the same time, there was that box art, and I was talking about it. Imagine if it was 2019. Where would we have time to play
We don't have time.
everything?
We won't have time in 2020.
The-
Everything is 2020.
Everything is 2020. and it's it is.
So I like. If you're gonna put on this Crossfire X trailer, what is Cross? I have no idea what this is. I try to stay up to date on all gaming. It's a classic PC game they're bringing back.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Crossfire. I'm sorry. If
It's
people are ridiculing me on the comment section, that's fine. I don't know.
Are you able to take a quick look to see what Crossfire is, Curtis, just to give us a brief idea, because I'm not entirely too sure either. It seems like a mix of
Well, we have the internet here. In other words, we're just playing YouTube videos. It's not,
I know Crossfire is when you connect two AMD graphic cards together. But I think I believe that's a car.
Crossfire online game.
Yeah.
We're probably being laughed out of the room.
It is.
Crossfire is an online tactical first-person shooter for Microsoft Windows developed by Smilegate Entertainment. The game was released in China by Tencent Games from 2008. Okay, it's an online shooter. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It seems very macho. Like, it reminds me of the latest Tom Clancy game, to be honest. Like, in that same style where it's like...
Ghost Recon?
Ghost Recon, yeah. Not in the same sense where, like, the gameplay and everything, because we haven't seen anything really for Crossfire. Just the same style of look. Just very...
Another one very interesting game they announced very early on in the presentation was Blair Witch. What a random property to decide to bring back. We all thought it was Alan Wake.
Yeah, like I was...
which
I thought it
makes
was
sense.
Outlast at first because of the video camera.
Yeah, Outlast would have...
Outlast would have been huge too.
But Blair Witch, the movie was late 90s, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, they did release a new, like a reiteration of it, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, the original, I don't know, I guess it doesn't make too much sense in that regards. Like, the movie was revolutionary in the terms of, it was kind of, I think it was the first person, or found footage, or whatever, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's odd for a game choice
Yeah.
at this point.
It looks nice. It looks very, like, it looks
great.
which is-
Creepy.
okay, so it's like,
Yeah. Well, I'll just keep it big.
So yeah, it's such an interesting property to go back to. Like I didn't think I wanted a Blair Witch game. I guess maybe I do. It looks fine.
Yeah.
Was there ever a Blair Witch game before? I don't think so. That's Google.
One game I was actually really
Google
excited.
access internet.
Yeah. One game I was really excited for, and I'm a bit upset that the stream and everything was working at the time, but it was Minecraft Dungeons. Just seeing how they expand the Minecraft universe. It's such a big property. You have to have more than just Minecraft. And I think it was great seeing how they, it's a smaller, well, could be a smaller project, could be a bigger project, but it just seemed a nice way to essentially change it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought it was a really exciting way to showcase that, seeing how, how they plan on making Minecraft, as big as all their other projects. And it was just great to see, like, just expanding on the idea of Minecraft.
Minecraft is not my thing. I appreciate I appreciate it. I think it's fine. I'm not into a lot of those creative-minded games where you are in charge of your own content creation. I know I said this when we talked about Super Mario Maker. I much prefer playing levels than building levels. Same thing with Minecraft. But that's fine. Like this, and that's what this is, right? It's like the game is pre-made. There's these dungeons already existing, and you play through them, and that's cool. I'm all on board for it. So we saw Battletoads, but we didn't see a lot about Battletoads.
No.
I thought we were going to get a big blowout. I thought we were going to see this is what this series is like going for, where we're going with it, when it's releasing. I don't think we got a release date at all, and it seems like a smaller project. It doesn't seem like Battletoads is the next big thing. It looks like it's a download only Xbox game. It's 3-player local couch multiplayer. Seems fun. It seems fine. Seems very fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's just I thought they were going to go bigger with Battletoads.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they need to. I think it's the type of game that the crowd will enjoy it. They'll buy it. They'll love it. They're gonna throw the controller at the TV screen. This is gonna be tough.
They did show the motorbike level.
Oh yeah,
at one point.
yeah. I saw that. I was just like, yeah, we're gonna have to be careful with our controllers. Get some wrist straps. Touch them. But I mean, like, I think it did what it needed to do. It just needed to show up, and we got to see how it's going to look, how it's going to play. I mean, that's all we really need to see at this point for Battletoads. A release date again would have been nice, but
it could come out tomorrow. Like it doesn't seem like a game you have to build up a lot of hype for. Like, it's not going to be the game people run out and pre-order. Like I think it's going to be digital only. Like it's going to show up on the Xbox or store one day, and you can buy it, and you're good to go.
A lot of focus on Japanese-oriented games, we'll say. Like you had a lot of Bandai Namco games.
Fantasy Star Online.
Fantasy Star Online,
which was big.
The new Dragon Ball project.
Yeah, was it Dragon Ball Kakarot? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah. Tales also being.
Tales
shown.
of Arise. Well, that's the Bandai Namco stuff.
Yeah, it was. it's nice to see them showcase different type of experiences as well.
Yeah.
But like I mean, again, it was a shame that some of these games did leak beforehand, and we knew about them with full screenshots and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still very exciting to see them just on display on the show.
Yeah. It was a good show for variety, I would say. Like there was, and I mean we were saying it a few times. Like they were just jumping from one a gritty shooter to a
Flight
simulator to a jolly Lego game, and back to a gritty shooter. So they were like kind of jumping all over the place, but they had a lot to show, and it was fun for that. I didn't every time the world exclusive came up, I didn't know what that would be.
Yeah.
I was like, what could where are we going, Microsoft? Take me for this ride. Speaking of this, so the Forza Horizon 4 Lego expansion. I didn't know I wanted this. I didn't know this is something I would ever be excited about. I am very into this. This is I really like the Forza Horizon games because they're more arcadey. They don't in terms of gameplay, they're a lot more forgiving.
Yeah.
Than something like Gran Turismo or even Forza Motorsport. So the Horizon games are more what I prefer from a realistic racer. But this looks just fun.
Yeah.
This looks like you want to have fun. You want to race around in silly Lego cars, and it looks like real cars and Lego cars can race against each other.
It's.
No, this looks like all kinds of fun. I want this.
I just wonder how the meeting went.
It's June 3rd. And remember, this is June 13th. So this comes out in 4 days.
Yeah, but did Lego just go up to Microsoft, be like, Forza, Lego bricks, and they're just like, done deal.
Kind of reminds me of when they did Lego Rock Band.
Yeah.
You can just make Lego anything.
Yeah.
No, that is my jam. I'm very, very into that.
So I guess since it says expansion, you probably have to own.
Yeah. You have to own the base game.
Oh, this is the controller.
Yeah,
I mean, like you were saying before, it's not something for your average gamer, unless if they're maybe trying to go pro or something.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. A lot of people used to buy. You could get kits or whatever to do stuff like this, and I guess one of the things is I wonder if it'll be tournament legal.
it's a first-party controller, so typically those are. I'm trying to find the. They said you could pre-order it, and I'd be very interested. It is $180.
American.
.com, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it worth that price? I can't tell you. I don't use controllers that are. I think the idea of profiles is very cool. So you're like, oh, I want to play Apex. Boom, I'm playing Apex. Oh, I want to play Rocket League. Oh, you got your Rocket League settings already built in. You're not constantly fiddling with it, trying to get it just right, which obviously because of that you might lose where you are. I mean, I have no doubt that that this controller is world class in quality. This is the top line for controller quality you can possibly get. I'm just not interested in buying one. I will get no use out of this.
It's a pricey investment.
$180 for a controller. you're halfway to an Xbox.
Yeah.
The controller alone. So I don't know. I definitely see. I know who it's for. I know absolutely who it's for, and if it's your deal, go for it. You will have a lot of fun.
Now this trailer just blew my mind. It was hilarious.
Like, why?
Well, it's fun.
Yeah, but I know it's fun. But like, well, it's kind of like the Blair Witch thing. Is it? Oh, this part is commercial.
Commercial for Terminator.
No, this is Terminator.
Yeah.
Are they making a movie now
Yeah. Okay. So.
too? Dark Fate.
Yeah,
Oh no!
it's
In
a
Gears
partnership
5.
thing.
Wow. All right. This wasn't in the press.
No.
Weird. Okay. Sure. It's kind of like it's the Lego thing all over again. I'm sure. Fine. I'm sure this is okay.
Mhm.
It's silly fun, and
Mhm.
people are allowed to have silly fun.
Mhm.
So. I
I've never
do.
played a Gears game either, but what were you? Have you guys have played that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What was
played.
your opinion on the 3-person escape?
That looks fun.
Mhm.
So I like that it's.
Which I think is what this is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that it's not just like horde mode or just like it's objective based. It seems like you're trying to escape
Mhm.
this dungeon essentially, and 3 people is a good amount of people to cooperate with.
Mhm.
You like once you start talking about things that like we're like 16 people or a larger group, it just becomes a
Mhm.
well everyone has to do the same thing because you can't coordinate between that many people.
Yeah.
But this seems to me like, all right, let's say us 3 were playing. Jacob, you do this. Curtis, you do this. I'm going to do this. And we're going to coordinate and we're going to reach
Yeah.
our objectives.
Mhm.
Like everyone has a very unique task to do,
Yeah.
which I think that's fun.
Mhm.
It's not just blowing up. I forget what these guys are called. I really do forget what they're called.
Lords.
Mhm. What would be cool to see is how this expands to like esports and stuff like that. Just like tournaments to see who can escape the fastest and like who can coordinate the best.
I don't see this being an esport.
No,
could be
well,
like
not an
a
esport, but like a more like a.
I just
Mhm.
this seems like for silly couch multiplayer mode that people
Yeah.
sit down together and
Maybe what they could do is like the Mario Maker 2 tournament, like kind of like a for fun
Mhm.
like 3v3 type thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at to see like just seeing how people coordinate online
Yeah.
and like they stream and seeing like how if they're able to pass it and also like the idea of like where you can build your own mazes.
That's true.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I find that's to be
yeah, there is that creator aspect where
Mhm.
you can design your own escape room essentially,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's really cool. That's
Mhm.
that's a very nice idea. I am excited for Gears 5 overall. I mean, it comes
Mhm.
out in September, so it's coming out fairly soon.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I
Mhm.
think it looks fun. It looks like it's taking a lot, like, more of a, I mean, not this trailer, but it
Mhm.
looks like it's taking a story element that Gears usually lacks, where
Yeah.
Gears has always been kind of the meathead shooter,
Mhm.
you know, but it looks fun. I'm looking forward to it in general.
Mhm.
I think that Gears 5, it sounds to me like it'll be the last major first-party Xbox game. Like, there'll be others, like, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I mean, like, first-party for Xbox means a lot now because there's so many studios
Yeah.
working on it. But I think Gears is, like, if you're thinking of, like, the traditional Microsoft franchises,
Mhm.
Gears 5 looks like it's ending the Xbox One's time as their main
Yeah.
console,
Mhm.
and Halo will pick it up. So between Gears 5's launch in September of 2019 and then Halo Infinite and Scarlet's launch, we assume in November
Mhm.
of 2020, it's up to all these third party and first party, but second party almost, like developed by the studios, games to pick up the slack. So no, it's like if you have an Xbox One, you've got stuff to play.
Yeah,
like you're
definitely.
not gonna run out of games anytime
Mhm.
soon.
Just wanted to switch focus for a minute here because we read this before starting this. Is the potential seeing another Nintendo partnership at this press conference.
Well, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, no, but that's what I want to talk about. Seeing like how the internet blew up with this story and just didn't pick up. And I mean,
Leaks are fake.
yeah,
Leaks-
no,
leaks
that's
are
true.
fake.
But I mean, do you think that we may see that later on, maybe through Nintendo showing or
No.
no? You
This
think?
this press conference to me was very much this was Microsoft talking about Microsoft.
Mhm.
This was their, setting up for the future.
Mhm.
They weren't too They were focused on themselves.
Yeah.
Not in a selfish way. I don't.
Well, I
it
mean-
might not sound like that way, but they were very much focused on delivering games for their players.
Mhm.
I think we'll have a Nintendo partnership later down the road. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be at Nintendo's thing. Nintendo tends to also do
Their own thing.
But I think that for Microsoft, this was very much why you want to invest in an Xbox.
Mhm.
They didn't talk. They didn't mention Switch. They didn't mention like Stadia or like they talked. Yeah, there was a mobile game with
Mhm.
Gears Pop, and
Yeah.
there was tons of PC. But
They talked a lot about crossplay, but just like not in passing, but just making sure that it's a focus for their next
Yeah.
console.
yeah, letting people know that crossplay will be on Scarlet.
Mhm.
That it's not just a flash in the pan. That they're serious about it.
Mhm.
No, but this was very much. This probably felt like one of the most first party, and I'm doing air quotes.
Mhm.
Air quotes during the air.
During the airplane game, but it very much felt like this is Microsoft's first parties,
Yeah.
and that's what we're here to talk about.
Mhm.
We're not here to talk about even third party. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't like last year ended on Cyberpunk and
Mhm.
ended on a game that is coming to PS4, that is coming
Yeah.
to PC. So it's a game that's coming to other platforms.
Mhm.
This year, we're ending on Halo,
Yeah.
and Halo is not coming to other systems.
No.
Actually, here's a question, and for you guys to guess: Halo Infinite, does it also come to Xbox One?
That's a tough one. I don't think so. I'll be honest. I think that's where you get that transition, right? You have all these great games to play before Scarlet, and Scarlet is the start of a new generation. I think you have Halo as that flagship title to begin that next generation for Microsoft. And I mean, they could definitely go that route, and let's say if Scarlet is able to connect to the Xbox One and everything else in some fashion, then maybe. But I think what you pointed out makes it seem that this will be like for Halo, it'll be like a Project Scarlet title as how they focused on everything. The focus is on the games, it's focused on Microsoft, but there was also that big focus on the future.
Right.
And I think being able to differentiate what the Xbox One is and what the Xbox Scarlet is, I think you need to have that big game to show that.
Yeah. Did they mention whether it was going to be on PC for sure? I know they said earlier about every Halo starting with Reach or whatever
Yeah.
would be on PC. I think that they're really trying to flex with Scarlet in terms of its capabilities. So
Mhm.
maybe they won't be able to have Infinite
Mhm.
go down to that. But I mean,
I think it's implied. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I think it's kind of like.
implied that it's going to be on PC.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I mean, because PC will always be able to compete
Oh yeah.
with that. So, yeah, I think PC for sure, Xbox One,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah. It's okay though. I mean, the Xbox One has had a great lineup. It has had many Halo games. It has had basically all of them up to this point.
yeah,
So I mean, again, if you start the next generation with Halo, again, there's no better way to start. Like how Nintendo started with the Switch. They had Zelda right at launch.
Yeah.
It also came to Wii U, but I mean, like, it had Zelda at launch.
Yeah.
It's that big, and I think it would be a wasted opportunity if it was on both consoles, especially if you want to highlight how powerful the next console is.
I think it can come to Xbox One and PC later. I think it'll launch on Scarlet and be a Scarlet exclusive for maybe a year, and then it'll come to Xbox One via xCloud, where they can say, "Oh, like, you can stream this game now." That's where I'm thinking they're going to go with it. I do think, like, I agree. Like, I think Scarlet needs to launch with a major game that will get people excited for it. And Microsoft has nothing that is as major as Halo. Like, it doesn't, like, even if Rare would have came out and said we've got Conquer and Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark, it's not Halo.
No.
Halo is on a whole other level. And no, I think it'll be perfect for Scarlet.
And they're probably going to imply too that Gears is most likely going to come to Scarlet. You know, people are going to enjoy Gears and then be like, you know what, this is also coming to Scarlet with enhanced graphics.
Yeah.
All their other big releases before during the tail end of the Xbox One may be all coming to Scarlet at one point or another.
I could see like something like Sea of Thieves come because it's kind of like this ongoing game. It doesn't end essentially. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about from the Microsoft conference? So, all right, we can run down our predictions and see how we did. So,
That's a good idea.
Link Cable's official predictions. We had 5 for the Microsoft press conference. Let's see if we know what we're talking about. So, prediction number 1, Halo Infinite, a gameplay reveal. No, we did not see any gameplay from Halo Infinite.
No.
I assume it's a shooter, but we didn't see any gameplay from it. We did see that story trailer, which it did say it was in engine, but that's not gameplay. But still, Halo Infinite was there. Obviously, I think it's gonna come out of this as the most talked about game on the show for Microsoft. Maybe even all of E3. Who knows? There's still a lot of E3 ahead of us, but Microsoft is definitely one of the very big players who are at this show. Prediction number 2, a new game from Rare. Battletoads is here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Rare IP, but I don't believe that Rare is developing it. But we did not get Banjo, we did not get Conquer, we did not get Perfect Dark, we did not get RC Pro-Am, we did not get a brand new Rare game, but Battletoads looks like fine. This is what I wanted from Battletoads. I wanted a 2D brawler, 3-player couch co-op that's perfect. This is what I want. It looks fun. It looks silly and fun, and I'm sure it'll be just as hard as I remember Battletoads being. So, yeah. Prediction number 3. A big third-party game announcement. It's a pretty safe prediction, let's face it. But when put this one together, I was definitely thinking more along the lines of last year we had Cyberpunk. I would say that Elden Ring falls into that category. I mean, we didn't see a lot of it. I mean, a guy hammering an anvil, not a whole lot. But Elden Ring, Project Kakarot, Tales of Arise, all from Namco Bandai, look really good.
Yeah.
There was actually there was a lot of third-party stuff.
Yeah.
It's just nothing on the level of Cyberpunk, but I mean, what could be like? Unless it was Witcher 4, you're probably not on the level of Cyberpunk. But I would say pretty solid big third-party announcements. Prediction number 4, we were very wrong. Nintendo collaboration announced. That's why Jacob mentioned it. It was all over the internet. Everyone thought it was happening. It didn't happen. There's still hope for the Nintendo press conference that Banjo-Kazooie might come to Smash Brothers, which would be a collaboration of sorts, but no collaboration announced at the Microsoft conference. Again, a very Microsoft-focused conference. This is this felt like it was for Microsoft fans.
Yeah.
Like it was very, or Xbox fans, I should say. Well, I guess even like Microsoft Flight Simulator is, I mean, that was on the PC in the 90s, right? So people were really into that. And our final Microsoft prediction, next generation console revealed, another pretty safe bet. Everyone, I mean, they teased it last year, so everyone was expecting for them to talk about it. I don't think they revealed a console. They kind of gave a hint at kind of where they're going to with it, with very low loading times,
Oh, Minecraft Dungeons also switching.
Minecraft Dungeons also coming to Switch and PS4. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Scarlet is going to be a very powerful console. It's going to be a very... I think that thing is powered by the cloud. I think... And they're talking about 40 times the performance of the Xbox One, which is unreal to think about. Like it's the Xbox One is still, in my opinion, a very powerful console. And, you know, this is that... We're going to be in that generation of 4K is not good enough. We're going 8K, might push 16K by the end of the generation.
Jeez.
I mean, there's already PC games that do 16K. I mean, you need a computer the size of a building to run them, but it's definitely exciting times. The countdown is on. E3 2020.
Yes.
We are seeing Scarlet. We are seeing a full next gen reveal. But we saw Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is a next gen game. It is not a game of this generation. It might come out on Xbox One, but it is the future, right? So those were our predictions. We got the safe ones right, thankfully. The more wild ones, we were a bit all over the place. But overall, pretty good. I think I feel good about this show.
Yeah.
Would you guys? I guess we're wrapping it up here. Going to get ready for Bethesda, which is going to start in just under 2 hours. So we'll be doing this again. We'll try to figure out the internet issues.
I ran okay towards the end.
Yeah, ran okay towards the end, but we'll definitely try to make it run a bit smoother for you guys, so we don't have any of that stuttering. That was, like I said, it's our first time doing this. It's not an excuse, but we definitely don't want to suck. We want to make it as good as possible. So, so I guess, do you guys want to end on your favorite thing you saw during this presentation? What was the one thing that you are extremely excited for, or you were just surprised by, or just the thing that stood out the most? I've got mine, and it's not big, but I'm very excited too.
I mean, there was a lot of great games. Cyberpunk being one of them. It's the biggest third-party game that everybody's talking about right now. Everybody wants to play it. It's coming soonish.
10 months.
Yeah.
10 months.
The game with being helped with George R.R. Martin. That's all. Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's also really big. Tales is huge. Halo, obviously, like the big hurrah, and Gears being also huge. But I mean, the smaller projects for me were the highlights personally. I loved the Lego announcement, the Skywalker saga.
Yep.
That was like, oh,
that came out of nowhere, and then all 9 films.
Yeah.
There was never a Lego Star Wars game for. We were talking about this yesterday for Episode 8. And obviously Episode 9 isn't out yet, but there was never a Lego game to go along with Episode 8. So we're getting that now.
Yeah. And the Lego content for Forza was also really big. But I mean, like, again, the smaller projects and the indie projects and what Microsoft has been able to help create on their platform has been, over the last few years, especially this year, that's what caught my attention the most. Yeah. I've been excited for Ori for so long. All the other indie games also just, I would have to say it's indie games and how much more focus and the acquisitions and the partnerships that Microsoft has been able to do.
So everything.
Everything. Yeah. I just think it was a very solid show, and I said I don't game on Xbox. We made the plan onto, I'll pick up the Sony console, you pick up the Microsoft console. I might have to pick up an Xbox, whether it's an Xbox One or just to be able to experience some of these games. But everything from the big titles to small titles, that was, everything was highlighted for me perfectly. Yeah.
The thing I'm most excited for and also quite surprised by is the Minecraft game.
Yeah.
I can understand why people might not like the game, but I've played Minecraft ever since I was in high school. I don't remember how long ago that was, but played that game forever, and I also like dungeon crawlers. It looked pretty cool. Knowing now that it's on Switch, I will probably... It's either going to be PC or Switch. and it kind of just depends on whether anyone else I know is going to get it
Mm-hmm.
and what console, what system they're going to get it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything else was kind of new to me, but it all looked cool, and Minecraft Engines or whatever it's called should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I am very excited for, and the Xbox project that I think is the one I really wish I could play today, is Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah.
That game never came out in North America. I love RPGs. I love online games. I like the Phantasy Star series.
Mhm.
I'm very excited for that. You stole my thunder a bit. I was gonna say Lego Star Wars. Lego
Yeah.
Star Wars really impressed me, and I really wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I really want to play it. That one is more surprising.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. All in all, I would say a solid show.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to give it a score, I would say A minus.
A minus. We're not gonna go by the linkable grading system.
All right, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Honestly, I'd say an 8.5 to a 9. It's again, they showed everything from now till the next console. You have something to play almost every month, and there's also many games that weren't shown, and we know that they're coming. Code Vein being one of them, but I mean, yeah, no, they did really well. A little bit, again, just a smidge just under of what they showed last year, but I think also Project Scarlet put them a little bit over the top. And for me, it was I'll say an 8.5 out of 10 if I were to give it a rating.
8.3. We'll go right in the middle.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that about does it for our live reactions and stream of the Microsoft conference. Really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we'll be back for Bethesda later, so tune in again. We'll be doing this all E3.
Mhm.
So thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day.
Take care.